Okay, it's day 121, part 2, and 4 hours wasted on this darn thing. But anyway, sorry about that, everybody. So, yeah, you're going to get a little more FaceTime here, unfortunately. But some great metadata, you know. Jason had this guy on, this gunner guy, this Navy guy, and he had a, pretty high clearance and stuff like that. And he just goes off on me about George Webb doing 20 videos. And normally, lately, I've been doing less videos. I've been down to about 3 or 4 videos. But it just so happens that Task Force and I had just a really productive day yesterday. And I mean, I started at 3 a.m. and we didn't get home till about 8 o'clock. And, I didn't do any Navy videos until the last 2. The Lovelace or Loveless. Being the Navy intel guy that was involved in Fat Leonard, this scandal that involves one third of the admirals in the United States Navy. Again, I didn't do this. This is an ongoing investigation you haven't heard anything about. Fat Leonard is a big deal. It's about keeping ships in port rather than out, patrolling. So anyway, just don't want to get hit here early in the morning. But I didn't get any guff from Navy until I mentioned Fat Leonard. Then all kinds of hate. When somebody estimates, I think I did 12 videos yesterday because we just had a really productive day. So he said I did 20, the gunner guy. Well, that's kind of like when somebody overestimates ridiculous. And again, if you don't like it, just watch CNN. They're on the PP dossier 433. So tune in to. So anyway, getting off that. It was good metadata. It tells me I need to spend more time on Fat Leonard, a lot more time, like 20 videos a day on Fat Leonard, just them. But then finally they announced the Lambert indictment. It was the Condrey indictment all over again. They don't even name Transport Logistics. They call it Transport Company A. Did they say anything about the Russians, the Krupniks? Did they say anything about Pavel Krupnik running U.S. enrichment? Did they say anything about Roman Krupnik crushing his Krupniks in Zaire? Did they say anything about Mark Lambert in Zaire? Did they say anything about Krupnik out west, Shinkolobwe mine, Kamiko? Did they say anything about that? Did they say anything about the Richmond plant in Eunice? Did they say anything about his shipping company in Wilmington, Lambert's shipping? Did they say anything about Port of Baltimore shipping yellow cake? Did they say anything about his NRC paperwork? No, because it's not a Russian investigation. The Russians are the guys at the barbecue in 2014. The girls going to the Ted Cruz barbecue. It's not the cruise in Florida where they're getting tips in 5 weeks there's going to be a mass shooting after we've had one of the worst mass shootings ever a couple years ago, right, in Orlando. Maybe it was only a year ago. G4S. No, it's the barbecue. It's the Ted Cruz barbecue. They tried to sneak in Vladimir's barbecue sauce, right? So it's those Russians. Those are the ones we have to worry about. We get 39 911 calls, 911 emergency calls from that house 6166. This is even more important than I thought it was. 6166 80th Terrace. I think 80 for those folks at Francophiles. That is going to be big. There's something they're covering up there at 6166. 6166, 39 calls, right? 2 explicit warnings to the FBI about a mass shooting, and we have a mass shooting there anyway. The gal who's the den mother there at the house dies of pneumonia in November. She was covering something. She was trying to tell somebody something. Something's going on there. When you have the FBI worried about Ted Cruz's barbecue in 2014, again with 2 people that seem to be actually born to Ukrainians and born in the United States. But thanks for the lead, because I'm all over the software, Tyler Technology software, Dossier software. Thank you very much. And oh, by the way, I think the Dossier software, Tyler, reminds me very much of Aptify. It's kind of a membership system. And if you were running a paperclip type operation, perfect cover. I've looked at all their dossier stuff. You go out and get these DEA guys, Bureau of Prisons, you go get their profile. It's a criminal justice system. You go get their profile, you go over to them and say, hey, how would you feel about not being in this prison? Well, you gotta do a little work. When are the hours? Well, it's between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. That's kind of bad hours. Well, okay, we'll put you back in. Matter of fact, we're gonna have Bubba move in with you. That's how it works. Bruce Orr is running a 10,000 person, at least 10,000 person DEA informant network drug ring. Thanks, Bruce.